Hey, it's Glenn and Sam here from Silverhand Meadery. We're here to tell you about your February Insider Club release. We have some really delicious meads for you in this release. We get through Christmas and it's so busy. January comes and in Williamsburg it gets a little slow in this tourist town in January, but we stay busy getting ready for your club release in February. And we are always planning this one with some meads that are going to work great for Valentine's. So we have a really nice Valentine's trio as part of this club release. So why don't we jump in, Sam? How about that first one there? This is a new one for us.
That's right. The first of our Valentine's Day trio is Strawberry Shortcake. This one is a riff on our strawberry swing, so it's loaded with strawberries, and we've also added a lot of vanilla bean to this one. The vanilla bean brings out it just accentuates that strawberry flavor. It's amazing how it works. And it also gives it a creaminess that we didn't have in the original strawberry swing.
Almost hints at the whipped cream that you would get in the strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
So.
And I was kind of inspired by my great aunt's strawberry shortcake that she'd always make every Memorial Day. So.
I feel like strawberry shortcake just invokes good memories for most of us. I don't know, I've got
parties,
good ones too.
Family events,
yeah,
kind of thing, yeah.
Totally. So, okay, that's strawberry shortcake. Next up, we have Kiss from a Rose. This one we did last year. This is a rhodamel. Rhodamels are meads made with roses. So Sam actually had bags and bags of rose petals loaded up in his car when he picked it up. How many bags was there? How many pounds?
There was 40 pounds, which pretty much filled the whole back of my vehicle. And
that's like the size of a child.
Oh, it was bigger than that. I mean, but size of maybe 3 or 4 children.
Right.
And then, the whole car smelled amazing. So.
Yeah, it makes the rose, obviously you get this really nice delicate flavor from the rose petals, floral, but it makes for a delicious mead. I've always loved rhodamels and was so excited that we finally made our first one last year. So here it is, we've brought it back. I think you'll enjoy it. Then next up we have I'm Yours.
Yeah, so I'm Yours is something we reformulated a couple of years ago where we basically wanted to add even more raspberry flavor to this one. So we added raspberries not only in the primary fermentation, but also in the secondary, and really bumped up the amount. So the raspberry flavor is very, very robust in this one. We also wanted to give it a hint of a white chocolate flavor. Now, white chocolate's pretty much cocoa butter and vanilla, so we added some vanilla beans here, and between the body you get from the extra fruit and the vanilla beans, you get this flavor on your palate that really tastes a lot like white chocolate.
Right.
So it's a lovely combination.
And this is a Stevie Wonder song, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm Yours. I mean, there you go. That's the Valentine's trio. So if you're wondering what to pull out and serve at Valentine's, you've got 3 options to choose from. Next up is one called Terres Brûlées. It's a French word, a little tricky to pronounce if you're trying to read it. But Terres Brûlées translates to scorched lands or scorched earth. And that's a little piece of a lyric from a song called Ne me quitte pas. Nina Simone sings a beautiful version of this song. But scorched lands, this is scorched honey. So the reason we haven't made this for a while is because it makes Sam and his crew work pretty hard.
Yeah.
They're good for working, so they're good for it. But this was a lot of honey that we cooked, actually at a rolling boil.
Yeah, so we have to caramelize it, which sort of changes the flavors of the honey, makes them deeper, richer, gives them some toffee and of course caramel notes.
Complexity that comes through the mead that maybe isn't there otherwise.
It's pretty amazing. I mean, we use the Virginia wildflower honey for this one, and the way it changed the character is incredible.
Yeah, no, that's great. And this is from an old recipe I found in a French cookbook from the 1700s or something. So pretty fun. That's Terres Brûlées. Next up we have Heart of Gold, part of our traditional series. This is Heart of Gold Alfalfa. You love the alfalfa honey.
I love the alfalfa honey. It has really nice flavors of butterscotch, and you can kind of taste just the freshness of the open fields out there in the Midwest, basically.
Yeah, I feel like as far as traditionals go, it just makes a really lovely traditional mead. If you're like a white wine drinker, I feel like that's a good entry point for mead.
Yeah, so. Not every honey can stand on its own, but this one does.
Yeah. So if you're serving mead to friends and they're coming over and they've never had it before, that's a good introduction because it is just honey, water, and yeast. It's just that alfalfa honey. So it's a good way to introduce friends to what mead is. Then you can wow them with the other flavors. Last one we have here is Raspberry Passion. This is one of our flagships. We've had it from nearly the beginning. It's raspberries and passion fruit. Sam and I were just talking about how this is like a go-to for both of us. I had it with cheesecake recently. It's great with dark chocolate. Another good one that's gonna work well over February and Valentine's. So that is your February club release, and we hope to see you soon. And until we do, thank you so much for being an Insider Club member. We look forward to prepping the next one for you, but you'll have this soon.
Thanks a lot.
See ya.